Hi, fourth grade. This week, so I want to kind of give you a little rundown of how the next 3 weeks in reading are going to go. Because I don't want to start a story when we have a little poem lesson today, and I'm going to actually break it into 2 parts. So we're going to do one lesson this week, one lesson next week, and then the third week of school is actually when we're supposed to start a new story. I'm not doing that because that's crazy. And it doesn't make any sense because we wouldn't get it finished. So we're just going to do actually a special little project that it will be due on Friday as well. Sorry, one of my curls look goofy. Okay, so I want to direct your attention up here. So I want to go over some vocab words. These are found on page 2. We're going to be doing 212 and 213 today. We're going to be reading a poem. Okay? So, we have the word befriend. Maybe if in the fall, praying we come back to school, right? I really hope so, because I really miss everybody and just the normal routine and just the whole classroom environment I miss. Anyway, let's say a new student comes and you want to befriend them. You want to become their friend and make them feel welcome and show them around the school, okay? Then we have, sorry, I guess I should adjust my screen here so you can see. That would be helpful, Mrs. Connor, right? We have the word languid, and that's not a normal word we use every day. It just means that you have little strength or energy. You have a slow, relaxed pace. Usually that's Mrs. Connor on Fridays. Being honest. Retired and stranded. You guys have probably heard these two especially. That one, not really so much. So we're going to be starting a poem. And actually, the lesson we do this week is about a poem, and the lesson we do next week is a poem. I actually broke it apart because I wanted you to focus on just this one. Next week, we'll focus on that one, but we'll compare them. So we're going to actually create next week on the video a Venn diagram to compare and contrast them, okay? See what's alike, see what's different. So you can see the big idea on page 212. Is that poems may look at a similar topic in different ways. Comparing 2 poems can help us see different ways of looking at a similar topic, different views, and it just talks about using a Venn diagram. And we've done those before, so the middle part is where both of poems are alike, and then poem 1 would be over here, and poem 2 would be over here, and how they're different, okay? Excuse me. And then your genre for poetry, oh my goodness, your genre is poetry, and that expresses ideas and feelings, often in only a few lines. A poem uses words for their sounds and rhythm and for the pictures they create in your mind. So this poem's called Seashells, and I just want to take you, I'm imagining you're raising your hands at home. How many of you have been to the beach? I hope all of you at some point have been to the beach. Do any of you like to collect shells? I do. I want to share with you today. This is the biggest shell that I've ever found in my life. It's pretty big. I found this when I was in the Bahamas in college. Went down with some friends for spring break. But that's pretty awesome. And how many of you have ever done this? And you can hear the ocean. It's pretty neat. So I just wanted to share that with you. I have a bunch of seashells. I at one point used to craft with them and make different things. Not so much now. I don't have time for that. Or I don't make time for that. Okay, so that's what our story is about. I really like this poem because obviously I'm a big beach fan, but I also just like that the poem itself took on the shape of a seashell. Any idea what your project might be? Just saying. So we're going to go ahead and read this poem. One of your vocab words is in here. And then I think that actually might be it for this week. It's really not a lot, but you have social studies this week. You have history, or a lot of English this week. So I kind of wanted to cut back on the poem. Your workbook page will be next week. So we just have page 213 to read. So it's really neat. You're going to, and what I do on the screen is going to be backwards, but you're going to read it. I'll try to go opposite. You're going to read it around, and it'll actually be clockwise for you. So the way a clock would go, but on the screen it's backwards, so it would be, okay? So we're going to start at the top, and it says seashells. Seashells scattered on the shore, swept there by the ocean, once held creatures deep inside, creeping in slow motion. Empty seashells cannot creep, cannot leap or reach, but all day long they whistle songs retired on the beach. Pretty neat. The word retired here, I think, is just used, they're done. They maybe don't hold an animal anymore or a creature, and they're just lying on the beach retired, waiting for you to come find them. What does it mean when it says all day long they whistle songs? When we break that apart, what do you see there? Well, what did I do? I held it up, and I don't know, maybe it's just a mental thing, you play into it, but I can still, this was years and years ago, when I do this, you can still hear what sounds like the ocean. It's real faint, but it's there, and it's so calming and peaceful. So they just sound like they're whistling when you hold them to their ear. So, and if we were in school, I would be asking you to share these stories with me, and I miss your stories. I miss that you can't share with me. So this effect, is created by noises from the surrounding area or from inside the body of the shell. Noises sound deeper and richer in the small space inside a shell. The same effect can be created by holding an empty drinking glass to the ear. Good experiment for you. I personally didn't try it, so maybe you can, and let me know how that goes. Okay, so is this poem rhyming or is it free verse? Remember last time we talked about free verse didn't really rhyme. Is this one a rhyming one? Yes, it is. Very good. Just because the poem is not written in lines, the rhymes aren't always easy to see, but you can hear them when it's read aloud. Obviously, I just did that to you. And which words rhyme in the poem? We have ocean and slow motion, reach and beach, creep and leap, long and songs. Okay, so that's it for this lesson. Next week, we'll be looking at the next poem, and then we'll do the Venn diagram, and then the next week you'll have your little project to do for Friday, and then we're done with school. I can't believe it, but I am excited. I'm looking forward, and I've been praying that in our Bible lesson for just God to give us hope that stuff will, start to open back up, and that we can all just take a break from all this and enjoy some kind of life outside for the summer, because I think we all need that. I know I sure do. Blessings. I'll see you guys later.